Hello, Allisons and Alices. I hope you guys doing fine. Keep vigilant and stay healthy. So today in this video, I want to bring three news about our favorite project, My Neighbor Alice. So I'm gonna straightforward start to the very first news. Remember right now, don't forget to subscribe, give us a like, a thumbs up, write anything you want in the comment section down below. So I'm gonna read our article, which is inside the mnagame.com, which are very favorite and specialized website to talk about everything about this game. And the title is My Neighbor Alice will give $80 million. The trio Chromia, Mines of Dalarnia, and My Neighbor Alice has decided to form an investment program to support the brightest idea in an effort to expand the metaverse of My Neighbor Alice and Chromia. Since the release of the Alice token earlier this year, the game has been in the hype of the crypto coin market, postulating the highest ranking on metaverse games and being developed alongside other blockchain-based games. The test in alpha, probably the alpha test, was a success without presenting big bugs, and it supported well all the players that made themselves available. The same thing happened with the mini games like the planting of the seeds, and all special NFTs were sold very quickly. Because of all of this, the trio decided to further accelerate the growth of the game and its ecosystem. They intend to distribute more than $80 million to developers who create plugins and tools for the games, along with supporting projects that integrate with the archipelago. Lenny Peterson, CMO of My Neighbor Alice, says, "From the beginning, My Neighbor Alice has been guided by a philosophy of flexibility and inclusion. By encouraging the growth of the other interconnected projects, we can expand our community, offering an even wider range of experiences. Most of the game's backend code behind the graphic interface uses the Chromia network, which has integration with other games developed by Chromia Way. Actually, is not the Chromia network, but the Chromia blockchain. With the growth of players and game ecosystem, the Swedish company understands that there can be valuable synergies between programmers which an open source platform, contributing to more robustness to the economy inside the game." So that's the very first news, the very first of three. So basically, Chromia is giving $80 million for developers to develop tools for the game and stuff like that, because one of the main objectives of Chromia is create games which are practically open source, so they can build together with the community. Of course, you got the DAO, the DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, which means everybody gonna have a vote to stand in some particular subject inside the game. They want to bring that power to the community, so the community can point what direction the game will have, not just in terms of economy but also to features inside the game. Plus you have these all programmers creating new tools and creating new stuff inside the game. So let's go straight for the second news. Actually is a something related more to Chromia than My Neighbor Alice. Chromia launches Chromia Spaces game. The name of this new game is Chromia Spaces. In addition to My Neighbor Alice and Mines of Dalarnia, Chromia, the platform, launches another game based on blockchain and NFTs called Chromia Spaces. In this game, each player can create their own robot and style it their way. In the trailer, we can see a robot performing missions as well as in MMORPG sandbox game, which open world. We could also see a Chappie style robot design. For sure, this game is way ahead of other based games on the blockchain when it comes to graphics. Along with completing quests, collecting specials, items that can be exchanged, fueling the game economy, just like in My Neighbor Alice, we can expect a very busy NFT market. In the trailer, no type of combat is specified, whether they're against bots, PvE, or PvP. So if we could take a guess, we are definitely dealing with a game that favors exploration. The entire game will be in 3D and immersive with a giant shopping mall as a center of the game. Just like in MMORPGs, you have a city where everyone can meet each other. The integration with Chromia's blockchain is because all players can store their items in their wallets and actually own the items, being able to send them from the wallets to wallets in Chromia, just like in my neighbor Alice seed system. In this case of Chromia Spaces, you do not create accounts or have an ID. You just need to have a Chromia wallet and then you can play the game. The purchase currency in the game between players will be the CHR, the Chromia token. You can sell and buy with the token and you will receive the item in tokenized form in your wallet, as it happened with X Infinity SLP, all using the blockchain technology in theoretical and technical background scenario. The project had been in secret for quite some time until the game trailer was released. But in this game, you can create a store inside the big mall to sell NFT items, collectibles, skins, or anything that's tokenizable. You can also to complete missions with your friends and create an in-game heritage, create groups, clubs, or unique spaces where you can control who enters or who leaves. You can also to have an excellent interface for doing business with other players, a good trade system. This game promises to be a good tool for content creators. Besides, you have the freedom to create items. The game production ensures that you can also create missions within the game. It can be very interesting to see this in the hand of content creators with their subscribers. This will really make more sense for groups, or what we know as guilds, within MMORPG games. Mini games will have their presence guaranteed, making more sense for people who want to play more than being actively social in the game. The goal of Chromia Spaces is to show the world the full capacity of the Chromia platform, where they can scale NFT safely with good graphics on the front end along with a stable back end with the Chromia blockchain. Soon we will see the game to alpha testing. The game creators promise that we will be able to log in to play in 2022. About the Chromia is a relational blockchain platform that builds layer 1 and layer 2 solutions to the next generations of decentralized applications. Its core team is formed by Alex Mizrahi or Perlman and Henrique Rijalti. All of them are notable contributors to the cryptocurrency space, with roots going back to the early forms of blockchain tokenization by combining blockchain security with database flexibility. Chromia aims to unlock new possibilities for blockchain-based development. So that's the second news from 3. Let's go straight for the third and final one. Actually, it's not the final one. There's more. But this news is kind of old, but I think we have to explain a little bit more of details about this news. My neighbor Alice is out of Steam and have his own launcher. We must pay attention to some details to be well informed about the situation of the game My Neighbor Alice. The game is out of Steam, the platform, and will be developing its own launcher. First of all, let's understand why being on the Steam platform is important. Steam is a platform for launching and selling games. It was created by Valve, a giant in the gaming world, a company that created several famous games such as Quake, Counter-Strike, and the main competitor of League of Legends. Yes, Dota 2. All this together, the company is launching a portable video game that can absorb the entire catalog of games, also called Steam Deck. But all this is no longer in union with the blockchain market. Steam recently decreed that will not host any games that are linked to NFTs and blockchain market, giving a certain disappointment in the M&A community. Epic Games, newly created platform to compete with Steam, is studying to adopt all these rejected games into their platform, which is also like a social network, but is still in development and doesn't have the Steam numbers. Even with all these ads from Valve and Epic Games, the My Neighbor Alice team has already anticipated they will launch their own game launcher. A game launcher that you can install on your computer without having to create one account or intermediary platform like Steam, being possible with the launcher of My Neighbor Alice. All of that is possible with the launcher of My Neighbor Alice. The M&A team indicates that in this way it will be easier to indicate tests for the public as happened in alpha to make changes requested by the community. In the commercial aspect, it's also good news as campaign with the sponsored links will be a click away to download the game, unlike the scenario with the Steam where the person needs to create a Valve account. Many think there will be a reprisal by Antler over the banning of Steam, but the game production say it was already thinking about this change long time ago before the announcement made by Valve unfolded. Along with that, the production also confirmed that will be open to insert My Neighbor Alice on new platforms in the future, just like Epic Games. Antler has ensured that the game will not have delays and that will be efficiently follow the schedule, even producing its own launcher. If you got a plant and in some way in the middle of the process it kind of fade away, don't worry about it. They automatically will come back to your wallet in the Chromia. That's a kind of something I have to explain because sometimes you can get a little bit paranoid and have some problems with your plant, and you think you kind of throw in the window or trash if you don't pay attention to care for your plant. But don't worry, if you fail it in the process, the seed will just simply come back to your wallet. So I think this is the news about My Neighbor Alice. We are trying to fix it. We are trying to make better content. Sometimes even reading after I wrote in the blog mnagame.com, I seen some things which are not grammarly correct, but we are starting right now. We are trying to cover every single thing about My Neighbor Alice. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to leave a like. Don't forget to write something in the comment section down below, just like where you from and where you listen to this message, this news. So we are very excited. If you speak Portuguese, we have a Portuguese because I'm Brazilian and my first native language is Portuguese. So if you want to listen Portuguese, we got another channel called My Neighbor Alice Brazil. So feel free to check it out. I think this is it, right? So I see you next time. Thank you, everybody.